Hello and welcome to another video from Natasha Lee, and this week I want to bring you these beautiful gradient foil nails. They are so easy, stay tuned to find out how. After I'd finished recording this video and I'd started editing it ready to upload, I got a notification come through on my YouTube. And it made me decide who this week's Creator of the Week would be, as it seemed so fitting for what I'd already created. I'm sure most of you will know this lady, and I certainly found out about her through her subscribers, and that is Cristine from Simply Nailogical. Now, I uploaded a video many years ago which was about how to produce water marbling, and all of a sudden a couple of years ago I suddenly started getting hit with comments like this. I didn't know who she was, so I decided to search her out. And I have to say, I love her videos and what she is doing for the nail world. She's so creative and inspiring and actually really fun. And I do love the fact that she tries to promote the best nail care possible, even though she admits she's not a professional herself. So thank you, Cristine. If you're not yet subscribed, head on over to her channel and hit that subscribe button. Now, this week's video tutorial is inspired by a fellow nail technician, and that is Annalise from Darling Digits. I've put all of her details in the description down below, so be sure to check out her Facebook and her YouTube. Now on to the tutorial. As always, I'm going to begin by cleansing my nails, and I'm doing this with 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I do this after performing cuticle work and filing. You may notice that the tip of my nail is slightly different to the rest, and that's because I had a little bit of an accident and had to repair it. Now, I'm going in with a peel-off base coat, and that's because I want to take these nails off after a couple of days. You don't have to do this, but I like this method and it avoids me having to soak off nails. I like to apply a nice even layer over the whole nail. Now, a lot of people ask me, can you do this over acrylic and gel? And yes, you can. It lasts about 3 to 4 days if you're careful, and it's perfect for one-off events and for tutorials like this. Then I'm going in with Magpie Gel Heidi Boo. Now, this colour reminds me of Essie's Aruba Blue, and it's very beautiful. I've been waiting to have a look to use it on, and I think this is perfect. As always, really take your time on that first layer. If you get it really nice and neat, then it means that you can go in with that second layer so much quicker, and you don't have to spend excess amounts of time trying to clean the excess polish off your skin. Especially when you're using a darker colour like this one, as it will have a tendency to stain your skin even when you try to clean it off really well. When you're happy and it's nice and even, as you can see, I like to tuck it in around the cuticle line. We're going to just make sure it's all even and smooth before we pop it into our lamp and cure for the relevant amount of time. Now, I noticed here that there was a little hair which I removed before I had to smooth back over again, and then pop it into the lamp to cure. Once that first layer is cured, go in with your second layer, and as I said, this one will be so much quicker this time because you've been so neat on the first layer. Now, I am applying this to all 10 nails, and that's because we're having the same sort of effect on all of the nails, which will make this one a lot easier for you to follow. Once you're happy with your second layer, pop it in your lamp to cure, and when it comes out, we're going to remove that sticky or inhibition layer with a pad soaked in 99% isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. Don't worry if you get some colour come off onto the pad, that's perfectly normal, it's just part of the residue. Allow that to dry fully and you'll see it goes very dull when it's dry. Then I'm going to take in my favourite foil adhesive, and full links to all of these products are in the description down below. Now, the only problem with the foil adhesive, and I found this with all of them, is you do tend to get these like little lumps and bumps in them, even when they're new, and this one is quite a new one, it's only been opened a couple of times. I just try to keep applying with a generous amount so that I can remove any of the larger bumps so it doesn't destroy the effect of the foil when it goes over the top. When you apply this foil adhesive, it does go on with this very sort of vivid blue, ultraviolet sort of look, and that really is helpful as it lets you see where you've applied it. Don't worry though, it does dry completely clear. We're going to repeat this on all 10 nails. The only thing you will have to be careful of is to try and keep the nails separate from each other whilst it's drying, because I have been known to stick myself to my other nails. I can't be the only one out there, surely. Now, I don't have exactly the same foils as Annalise, but I do have this lovely sort of graduated rainbow foil. Like I said, be careful you stick to everything with this foil adhesive on, like I just did there, but don't worry, we can work around that one. I'm going with the pink at the cuticle area and I'm just sort of measuring where I want it, and we're going to have this graduate effect. Now, because my nails are shorter than the length of the foil, we're going to have to do something a little bit clever to get all the colours in there. I'm just applying it around that cuticle area first with my nail. You could use your nail, you could use a tool, you could use a silicone tool, which is really helpful actually. But I want that solid pink at that cuticle area. And then I'm just sort of doing little flicks up the nail of the other colours. And that's to help me graduate. You can see where the foil was applied here. So I'm going to move it up to be able to get the next layer of graduation in on the nail. Again, we're just going to do these little sort of flicks and moves around so that we can get the graduated colours blending together. And then just rub over before you pull off again. And sometimes it's a bit too sticky and you'll have to flick it off quite quickly. Then I'm going to move up that one final time because I want that sort of turquoisey green and lime to come through. So I'm pushing this fully onto the nail because now we're aiming for a full nail coverage. You can go back in with the foil and fill in any of the bits that have got gaps. So particularly like around the cuticle area here. And I was so sticky, I was getting stuck to myself. But I'm just going all the way around that cuticle area and pushing down now with my thumb. Fill in any gaps with any of the extra colours. And just to show you again on another nail, it's really simple. I'm sort of measuring where I want the pink to go, then applying it onto the nail. And it does stick, so be careful. Just try and get it on exactly at the cuticle area. And then I'm using my nail to just flick round, or you can use that silicone tool, as I said. Push it firmly around the cuticle area to get that pink to adhere to your foil adhesive. And then just flick. Don't worry about being perfect, just make sure that when you apply it to the nail again, you move the foil up. And this way, it doesn't matter how short your nails are, you can still achieve that graduated look. You just alter how much you move the foil up the nail as you're doing it. Now we're going straight in with that green at the bottom. And I'm going to rub on for a full nail coverage now. As you can see, you really don't even have to be very careful doing this. Just take a look when you've finished and decide where you've got gaps that you want to fill in. So for example here, I was missing some of the sort of bluey purple and green down the side, so I just pushed it on, rubbed it with my finger, and then removed sharply. Just continue doing that over the nail and it will fill in the gaps, but because I've picked this gorgeous blue underneath, even if you don't fill in the gaps, it doesn't matter. You can achieve this look as well with nail polish, and I do have lots of videos talking about how you can use foil adhesive with nail polish and how to work around the effect of stopping it from crazing. When you're happy, go in with your top coat. And if you were doing this on nail polish, I would go in with a layer of water-based top coat or your peel-off base coat over the top of your foil. Allow it to dry before applying your nail polish top coat. Otherwise, it makes all the foil crack. When you're happy, cure it and go in with a second layer. Both layers, make sure you cap those ends because any time that you sandwich anything between your polishes, it can be prone for chipping. Once you've cured your second layer, remove that sticky layer if you have one with your polish, and I'm doing that with 99% isopropyl alcohol. I must say that an awful lot. Once you've removed that tacky layer and it's dried, we're going to go in with our cuticle oil, and this is my homemade cuticle oil, and I do have a link in the top right corner of how I made this and how you can refill your cuticle oil pens as well. Once it's applied, massage it in, and we're going to have a little montage in honour of Cristine.
You can kiss me under street lights, we can stay up all night. Nothing but our 2 feet, dancing to our heartbeats, pounding in our chests, we are alive. Never, never let me go. Never, never let me go.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it so you get notified every time I upload. If you like what I do with the channel, then you can sign up to become a Natasha Lee VIP, and there's a link in the end screen right now. Thank you very much to all my VIPs for all of your support. I will see you all very, very soon.